Oh, hey, what's up? Psych. No one's here. 'Cause you're blocked.
Message, but it's lost in the void. Guess you dropped something I finally destroyed. No receipts, no trace, no digital noise. You're blocked, you're blocked. Can't text me, can't call me. You're blocked, you're blocked. Out of my world now, baby.
You're blocked. The dark feminine. Dear Bumblebee. She moves like silence, smooth and slow, revealing just enough for you to want to know. Her words are velvet, her gaze a flame. She plays no part in the chasing game. She doesn't beg, she doesn't plead. She is the want, not the need. Her worth's not proven by who stays near. She'll pour her love, then disappear. She gives a taste, then guards the rest, not out of fear, but self-respect. Her power hums beneath her skin, a storm contained, a calm within. She's mystery wrapped in steady grace, the kind of peace you can't replace. She loves with depth, but never blind. You'll feel her absence inside your mind. She's not cruel, she's not unkind. She's a lesson learned when you waste her time. Love me.
Yes, yes, let me live my life. Yes, yes, I wanna be free. Yes, yes, don't tell me what to do. Yes, yes, I am my own woman. I am my own woman.
Hello, my beautiful bumblebees. Welcome back to Girl Talk. I'm your host, Vic Mary, and if it's your first time here, welcome. Tonight's topic, You're blocked. The dark feminine. Okay, Bumblebee. Let's talk about her. When I say the dark feminine, I'm not talking about manipulation or games. I'm talking about the version of you that says, I'm not going to beg for basic decency. It's the part of you that observes, watching what people do and what they say. You take your time getting to know them, studying their patterns, noticing hesitations, inconsistencies, and all the subtle moments where their behavior doesn't line up with their words. That is what reveals who they actually are. That version of you doesn't jump to conclusions. You gather data. You don't make assumptions. You ask questions. And you're not worried about coming across as needy. Because the dark feminine, she isn't reactive. She's aware. She knows how to express emotion without losing control. She lets people reveal themselves at their own pace. And the dark feminine, she isn't mean and she isn't bitchy. She's honest. She's soft, but firm. Warm, but not accessible to everyone. Loving, but only where love is reciprocated. And when someone plays with her time, she doesn't yell. She doesn't argue. She doesn't chase. She just leaves. All right, Bumblebee. Let's talk about taking back your power. The moment you finally hit your limit. The moment you either hit the block button or you're sitting there just thinking about it. And just so you know, blocking someone isn't petty. But when your body, your mind, and your intuition are telling you, I don't feel safe here anymore, or I don't feel valued here anymore, listen, okay? Because sometimes blocking is the only boundary someone understands. Maybe you already blocked. Maybe you blocked because you felt anxious every time their name popped up. Maybe you kept giving chances and nothing changed. Maybe their energy was pulling you out of character. Or maybe you were just tired of explaining yourself to someone who didn't listen. Whatever the reason was, it came from somewhere. That feeling is valid. When you finally choose yourself over the connection, that is the dark feminine stepping in. Blocking isn't about punishing anyone. It's about protecting your nervous system. And just because you block someone doesn't mean you're bitter. Sometimes you need to block because you're overstimulated. You just need the silence so you can breathe again. And if later on, after the dust settles, if unblocking helps you heal, that's okay too. It doesn't mean you owe them a conversation. It doesn't mean you need to reconnect. It simply means you're grounding yourself again. You're not doing it for him. It's for you. His perception is irrelevant. That's your dark feminine at play. You get to choose whatever brings you the most peace, whether that's distance, silence, or closure within yourself. When you're aligned with your dark feminine, you can feel a lot of emotion without letting it run your life. You can express what's in your chest without spiraling about who might judge you. It's freedom. And if that feels hard at first, that's okay. Practice saying what you feel, then step back. You don't need to force anything or chase a reaction. You have to become comfortable expressing yourself, regardless of the outcome. That's what it means to be secure in who you are. Let's talk about the men who genuinely think they can control you. Baby girl, if they once did, that stops now. This is one of the main reasons I no longer date. I'm choosing to be single because too often men seek power and control over you. And I'm not just talking about physically, I'm talking about emotionally too. When you're embodied in your dark feminine, you start noticing these men instantly. The ones who try to force their way into your life. Because it's worked on other women, they just assume you'll react the same way. And you know how I know that's the case? Because they're surprised when I don't play along. Like, excuse me, sir? What did you think that was going to happen here? They don't understand that no means no. They push your boundaries and violate your space. Even after you clearly asked for distance, they push and push and push because they're so used to wearing women down. They try to monopolize your time, calling, texting, inserting themselves into your bubble, like they're entitled to be there. And when you're not embodied in your dark feminine, you might give in out of pressure or exhaustion. But when you are in your dark feminine, you don't entertain it or negotiate it. You don't explain yourself 12 different ways. You just leave. Let me just say, this happens a lot in male friendships too. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The ones you think it's platonic. You draw a clear line. You tell them you're not interested, and it goes in one ear and out the other. Then suddenly he's giving you that subtle energy. He thinks you don't notice, acting like he's in some quiet courting stage while you're just sitting there like, bro, you're a bro. You feel the ulterior motive. Then the friendship stops being a friendship. It becomes this quiet, uncomfortable pressure, like you're being steered towards something you never even agreed to. But when you're embodied in your dark feminine, you distance yourself and you let that decision sit without guilt. So, Bumblebee, I leave you with this to think about. What parts of your dark feminine do you already embody? And which ones do you feel you need to strengthen? Drop it in the comments. And until next time, bye.
Knocking on my inbox, but the door won't